Off the Shelf. I'm your host, Yvonne Wolf. Today, our special guest is Andy Santos. He is a personal trainer at Glenview Park Center, a martial arts coach, and the author of his first book, The Art and Science of Emotional Intelligence. Welcome, Andy.
Great to be with you, Yvonne. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so let's talk about what motivated you to write this book.
So back in 2023, I had an injury, and I had a spinal cord injury, and I wasn't sure what was going on. On December 31st of 2023, New Year's Eve, I had emergency spinal cord surgery. Yeah, so...
You didn't see this coming at all?
I didn't see it coming. I had no idea. Well, I had an idea that something was wrong with me. I had weakness in my lower limbs, and I had mobility issues. And so I finally had to go into the hospital. They did a great job. And so for the next week, I was in intensive care, and I couldn't really walk around. So when I came back home, I was very depressed. I was very, I didn't know what the future held for me.
Yes,
but
uncertainty, right?
Very uncertain about my future. And so after all that trauma, I decided to take action. You know, since I can't really move around, I wanted to motivate myself to take action and be less depressed.
Passive, perhaps. You've
yes.
never been in such a
Never
situation
been.
to be,
Yeah.
right, not be able to move as you please.
Yes,
okay,
yeah.
So
and so I wrote a book, like a little booklet,
Uh-huh.
to help myself, mainly for me,
Yes.
just kind of like a journal. But and then it led to one thing led to another, and this book came out.
Yeah. Well, this sounds like a huge topic
Yes.
to be covered.
Yes.
And I think that probably is a wonderful use of time when you're not...
When you're laying on the couch. Yeah.
Yes, and then
Yes.
what are you going to do, right? So
Right.
that's incredible.
Exactly.
Not everyone goes through that.
Yes.
But, so my second question is, the book is authored by Andy Powers. Is there a reason why you chose that for your nom de plume?
Yeah. I know that. I've always known that the world's most famous authors have always used pen names. You know, J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter series, Mark Twain, Stephen King. Those are all pen names. They're not their real names. And I thought, wow, wouldn't it be cool if I had like a cool pen name? So I picked the word Powers because it has a very strong connotation of taking action and being strong, and it also has a strong association to like words like empower and powerful and personal power. I'm a big Tony Robbins fan, and so I've read most of his books, and so I'm very motivated in that direction.
So that was great. Because I think we probably only have one or two other authors out of many episodes. We had over 100 episodes.
Wow.
That has a nom de plume. So that's
my publishing company, my personal publishing company, is called Powers Publishing.
Yes.
And I plan on writing different books related to discipline, motivation, emotional intelligence. I might also write books about fitness, and so different subjects. And so I didn't want to write it under my real name because I didn't want to be known as, oh, this guy is just writing different things, and so I write it under my publishing house.
It's all be categorized together.
Right,
yes. And
exactly.
Then branding, perhaps that's what they call it.
Yes,
right now, right?
yeah, and I'm a big believer in branding, and
so
I want to brand my.
So you have plans for more. So
I do have plans for more. Yes,
that's great to hear.
And audiobooks as well.
So let's see, who is your audience, or what did you plan initially, perhaps?
So originally, I wrote the book because I wanted to spread the word to help people. I've always been a coach, and the mentality of helping other people. I always say if I can help one person become a better person in terms of like how they handle their emotions, how they see themselves, then mission accomplished. So I'm trying to spread the word to as many people as I can, and writing a book about emotional intelligence. It can help. I believe it can help like young adults who are maybe going through school at the end of their college career, entering the workforce, there's so many things they have to deal with emotionally,
Yes.
and that spurred me on to, perhaps write a little manual, a little guidebook for dealing with social interactions,
Yes.
adversity.
Yes.
Also, there's a chapter in the book about being single and dealing with interpersonal relationships, making yourself a better person in terms of dealing with a significant other, so you can bring something to the table and not just, rely on other people to help you with your
Needs and
needs.
yeah,
Yes.
and
So
wishes, right?
right.
So,
So
yeah.
if you can be a more complete person coming into a relationship, that would be better for both
Right.
people.
Yes. Very interesting.
There's also
And,
there's also a chapter on couples, how to deal with adversity.
yes, I noticed that you have brought in stories of people you work with and how they
Yes.
had anxiety, let's
Yes.
say, and they couldn't face up with expectations of work.
Yes.
And you were able to coach them through that.
Yes.
Can you tell us a couple of the first steps?
There's a couple of things. So there are what I call the 4 pillars of emotional intelligence. Number 1 is self-awareness. You have to be aware of how you react with the world. Self-regulation, how you manage those emotions,
Yes.
whether it's happy emotions or sad emotions or conflict.
Yes.
There's also relationship management, how you manage your relationship with your family, your friend group, your significant other. And there's also social awareness, of being part of a group and contributing, being a contributing part of the group.
Yeah, those are very positive steps.
Yes.
So let's say, I think that sometimes people react too fast.
Right.
Right. That managing the emotion.
The reactivity is big, and
How
that was me.
How do we
That was me.
handle
Yes.
that?
Well, there's a couple of things. First of all, you have to overcome your old self to become a new self. So you have to develop new habits. I have something called strategic adversity,
Okay.
where you put yourself in situations that are challenging, whether
Uncomfortable.
it's uncomfortable, yes, whether it's physically uncomfortable, like you have to have a non-negotiable. I'll go to the gym 3 times this week, and there's no negotiating with myself. I have to go 3 times a week, or eating with discipline, not snacking in between, or getting enough sleep. That's very important. So not binging on Netflix late at night. You have to, have a non-negotiable. Yeah, I'm going to bed at 11 or whatever. And so
I think that's why we need coaches like you. Somebody remind us.
yes,
Okay,
right.
you have
And
to
also
stop
putting yourself
snacking after.
in very challenging situations. I tell people, all my clients, I tell them, take a cold shower once in a while, sometimes every day. And that's very scary for most people. It's a very daunting task. And if you can get yourself to do something that simple as taking a cold shower, other things won't affect you as much.
But it's very doable because it's in the house. You don't have to
Yes.
run a marathon.
Absolutely.
But you
Yes.
can do something uncomfortable.
Yes.
And it wakes us up, doesn't it?
For sure. Yeah,
So
yeah.
in more ways than
If you
one,
get into that
perhaps.
habit, it's definitely going to make your day much easier, because you've already done the hardest thing of your day, part of your day,
I see.
first thing in the morning, so
And that could help with managing this reaction, right?
yes.
Because
yes. You're training yourself to be less reactive and more proactive.
okay, and taking in something that's uncomfortable without
Yes.
reacting.
Yeah, and
terribly.
avoiding putting it off, doing something hard, even if you don't like doing it.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that takes discipline.
That's why I call it strategic adversity. So.
Now, what did you use to plan for the planning of this book? Did you have a writer's group? Did you have an editor or somebody?
I have a great editor. Yeah, he's really good. I used to train him, and we always talked about writing. I'm a copywriter as well. I help businesses with their email and stuff like that. And so he does the same thing. And so we talked about writing books together, maybe collaborating. And so he really helped me with the book in terms of like structuring the book and giving me pointers on how to write the chapters. So
maybe to keep them short enough, yeah, right?
Yes.
Because that's hard. That's very hard.
Yeah, I tend to kind of, go on and on. Yes, for sure.
Yeah. So, okay, now what is the, I guess, one of difficulties you did not anticipate when you say, oh, I'm going to write this book, right?
Yeah.
What was one of those things that came up?
It's just knowing what to write about and knowing how to get the words out. That's always tough. I know a lot of people who want to write books. I had an old coach a long time ago. He said anybody can write a book, which is true.
Okay.
Anybody can write a book.
Wow. Okay.
But not everybody should write a book.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
So like the 4 pillars, like coming down to 4. Let's say, did you have to scale it down from 5, or was that very clear?
No, you know what? From my research, like there was a book a long time ago called Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Goleman, and that was the original book. And a lot of marketers, a lot of online coaches use that book as a kind of a pillar for their coaching.
Okay.
And yeah, so I kind of researched that book. I didn't read it all through, but so these 4 things kept popping up, the self-awareness, regulation, relationships, and social awareness.
Yes.
And they kept popping up. And so I decided to kind of put them together.
Yes, in that order. Yeah. And
Yes.
But those are big topics again. Like you can work
They
your
are.
whole life on self-awareness.
You can write 4 books
Yes.
just on
Right?
one on each topic.
Each
yes,
one
for
of
sure.
them.
Yeah.
And how about what did you discover about yourself, perhaps, through this journey?
I really I love writing. I've always loved writing. I used to be part of a fitness group where we would email our clients our thoughts, and mine was always the longest one because I had stories. I had
and you observe people,
Yes.
right? Because I noticed that in your book that you observe all these little details
Yeah,
about your clients and what they're
Yes.
feeling and showing, exhibiting.
As a coach, you have to have a high degree of emotional intelligence. You have to know what your clients are going through. When you push people past their fears, their physical limits, you have to know what they're going through. I can't just throw out a bunch of things at them and that's going to overwhelm them. I have to know what they're going through and calibrate my program according to their emotions at the time.
Yes, and the pace, I suppose, they're learning at.
Yes, but also knowing when to push someone past their fears. Sometimes you have to give them tough love. Sometimes you have to say, hey, you know what? I know it's hard, but you have to do it because that's the only way you're going to be better. And
Boy.
and that's a message to myself as well.
Yeah, you sure you haven't been around children?
I used to teach children all the time.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
I was
perhaps,
in my karate career. I taught martial arts classes to 4, 5, 6, 7-year-olds. And
Yes.
if you want a crash course in varying emotions, go teach a bunch of kids.
Right, I think so.
You have to learn how to deal with those. And
Yes, and you see them go through a whole lot, but then they can still focus right after that.
Yes, yeah. And sometimes, again, you have to give them tough love. You have to say, hey, I know it's hard, but you have to do it. And sometimes that's enough to motivate them.
Well, so you were talking about all these interactions with people. How about the social media side? Do you have a website? Are you working
No,
on
I
it
just
yourself?
use the normal social media channels like Facebook,
And-
Instagram.
Yes, I found you on
Twitter.
Instagram.
Oh, you did? Okay, great.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I usually post like motivational stuff.
But this is very motivational, right? This is on working on the inside. not
For sure.
just-
Yeah, it helps motivate me. All the stuff I write is for me. It's to motivate me, to get me to develop better habits. And I feel that once I am able to master that, it's easy for me to help other people. Because if I'm
pass it
still
on.
working on myself and I'm trying to help other people, then it doesn't quite resonate the same. So I have to
Yes.
master it first.
Yes, you have to go through that journey yourself.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So social media. So you post, you manage it yourself, or do you have a pace like once a week, or what is your?
I don't have a structure. That's my problem.
Oh, that's okay. We're here to learn.
Right.
About
Yeah.
What
I
goes
should.
behind
I should post more about my books. I have, but not enough. So yes, I am trying to be better at that.
Oh, but we're here to help other authors to learn how to manage all these pieces to the book, because nowadays there's seem to be social media as part of that piece.
Yeah.
And then there's the marketing.
Yeah.
Let's say, have you done something about that? Do you go to, let's say, bookstores and readings?
I have spoken in front of groups, like singles groups, church groups.
Oh, that's a good
yes.
place to
It's
feature
great.
your book.
It's great to spread the word in that regard. Like I have talked to a lot of singles groups where they are, trying to navigate their emotions
Yes.
and navigate other people's emotions and their significant others' emotions, or trying to find somebody that resonates with them. It's tough, but I think it's doable. So yeah, I try to help those people.
Are those groups by any chance in Glenview or?
All over,
this area, yeah.
like Lake Zurich, Palatine, that kind of stuff, Schaumburg.
Yeah. Oh, that's neat, close enough. And
Yeah.
what is your let's say, let's see your readership. Now you share about the book with others. What have you heard anything from the readership?
I have had great reviews from readers.
On Amazon.
Yes,
Perhaps?
yeah. Mainly, I sell my book through Amazon. I will establish a website where I can sell my books through them. But yes, I have had great responses from my reviews, saying how much I've helped them, and it should be a requirement for study at college or high
yes.
schools. I think that would really be important to help young adults.
Some of your steps definitely sound like executive functioning.
For sure.
Right? Management
Yes.
and the discipline, finding concrete goals and just do it. Right?
Yes, yes. And as a coach, coming from a fitness background, my big thing is always, you have to get some form of exercise if you want to manage your emotions better. Because the
I
best way to
see.
manage emotions is through movement, by moving your body.
Wow.
Because we hold our emotions in our body, and so if you are not able to move your body and you just stew in your emotions, you're gonna have a hard time, So you have
never
to
get out,
You have to
right?
find a way to have an outlet for those emotions, and our humans are machines, and if that machine isn't working properly, it's gonna break down somehow.
Yeah.
So you have to find ways to move that machine and to move your body and get oxygen in your system, and get blood flowing.
Yeah.
So I have breathing techniques in the book. I have exercise suggestions in the book. I have like nutrition suggestions. I'm not a nutritionist, so I can't tell people, okay, you have to eat this. But
Yes, but there's
it's
some
okay to
common
give them
sense.
guidelines.
Yes.
Yeah, common
Yeah,
sense.
right?
Yes,
Yes.
for sure.
Yes. So because I feel like sometimes we're so sold on the, let's say, nutritional bars, and we're not eating.
Sometimes those are the
fresh
worst.
things, right? Exactly. I'm a little surprised.
It
because
has
those-
its place.
Yeah.
You have to find the right ones.
Right. And I would think if you're hiking, you don't want to carry a lot of things. Yes. But
Yes.
then on a, let's say, daily, you don't want to eat something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
Yes.
So I don't know. You're the expert here. so
The
you-
snacking
Yes.
and the eating the junk food, although it can comfort you, we've all heard the word emotional eating.
Yes.
And a lot of people eat because they're stressed,
So
But
the
if-
emotions are
yeah,
stuck inside.
Yes, they're stuck inside your body.
Yeah.
And so if you have a way to get that out through movement, through breathing exercises, a very big part of my approach is your mindset, meditation.
Yes.
That's very important.
Oh, thank you for bringing that back to the attention. Now, what would
Yes.
you say to someone who's trying to start their book?
I would say just do it. Just sit down and figure out what you want to write about. The human experience is wide and varied. We all have our own experience through this journey called life. And we all have something to write about. Like people always come up to me and say, "Hey, I have this great life experience. I should write a book." And I'm like, "Do it." Yeah. So nowadays it's much easier. It used to be so hard to write a book.
Right,
Like when I first wrote back in 2008, I wrote a fitness book.
A booklet,
When
a
I-
smaller format.
Yes, when I first started
But-
being a trainer, I became a
Yes.
trainer back then, and I wanted to help others that I don't train personally. They can buy my book, and knowing nothing about writing, knowing nothing about self-publishing, I learned everything from scratch, and I actually sold quite a few dozen books on my own,
Yes.
knowing nothing and not being a good writer at all. I'm surprised people bought my books back then.
That's a very good encouragement because that's your, let's say, prototype, right?
Yeah.
And then it's so much easier. You mean the word processing or programming or
Just-
how
just,
it's easier
just-
to write on the format we have now?
Nowadays, it's so much easier. When you start something, you're always going to be bad at it. Whether you're a writer or an athlete or something in your profession, you're not going to be very good at it, but you have to learn on the job. And so yes, writing is the same thing. Now AI is a very big. It makes it so much easier to do research.
That's true. That's
So I use AI to do my research, but you have the bottom line is you have to do it yourself. You can't rely on just the AI because it's not going to be good.
right. You do have to test it, know it for yourself.
You have to write from the heart.
Yes.
If you want to be a writer, you have to write from the heart. You can't just rely on something else.
So Andy, how are you connected to Glenview?
Back in the day when I was a martial arts instructor, I first taught at the Glenview Ice Center.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I for years. I was there for like 15 years. I loved it.
Wow. The Ice Center. Yeah.
Yeah, we had the upstairs
Yes,
room. We had a dojo up there, and so that's where I got my feet wet into coaching and teaching.
In the children part, right?
The children, yes, the children.
Wow, I didn't think of that because the Ice Center, you usually think of the skating lessons.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the-
They have some.
Yeah,
they
they have
since they remodeled, they have a nice room there now.
yeah. It's a totally different place, though. Yeah, now.
Completely different. Yeah,
compared.
yeah. It looks so much different. Yeah, so
Yeah.
much nicer.
Yes, I know, yes.
So one of the moms worked at Park Center. She was the head of group exercise, and so she's like, "Hey, why don't you talk to my friend Lynn, Lynn Brenner? She's awesome. She's my boss. She's been my boss for like the last 15 years, and she's been so awesome. Yeah. And so
So
they're very
that's-
supportive in Glenview
there you
at the
are,
Park Center,
yeah.
and I love working there.
So it's a great, place for you to.
Everybody
have
knows me. I know everybody.
Yeah,
so
that's
it's
how
great.
we heard
It's
about
like family.
you. Yeah.
It's like family.
Yeah, we heard about you through the Park Center.
Yeah,
as well,
through
so,
Lisa. Yeah,
yes.
she's awesome.
Wow, and then do you have a quote that you like to leave our with us to think about?
Action precedes motivation. So even if you're not motivated to do something, even if you feel, something simple would be like working out in the gym. Most people find it too hard to get themselves to go into a place that's not familiar.
Oh, you're talking about me. Yes. Yeah.
It's very intimidating.
Yes, it
but
is.
all you need to do is take that first step. Walk in the gym.
So action precedes
Motivation. Yes.
Wow, that sounds like it's a
One of
paradox, right?
my first coaches that told me that, and it stuck to my mind. It's like
Yes.
I think it was Zig Ziglar that said that, the famous sales author.
Yes, he's a giant. In
Yeah,
the,
and I think
the
he
sales.
was the one, or was it Jim Rohn? One of those two.
Well, thank
the
you.
big ones.
Yeah, thank you so much, Andy.
It's my pleasure. It was great.
And thank you for watching. Join us next time on Off the Shelf.